Welcome to The Legend of Taylor, a Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast based on the music, memes, and lore of Taylor Swift. We welcome all listeners, so whether you're brand new to D&D, brand new to Taylor Swift, or experts at both, we're excited that you're here. And now to meet our players and characters. My name is Daphne Miles. I play James Stormfury. She is a Mark of the Shadow elf wizard. Her pronouns are she, her, and she is based on the song Mad Woman.
My name is Ray Utarnachet. I'm playing Reading, a forest gnome barbarian, who's inspired by the song Change from Fearless. Reading is gender fluid, and today their pronouns are they, them.
My name is Lauren Muir, and I play Ricky, a tiefling ranger and warlock based on the song My Tears Ricochet. Ricky's pronouns are she, her.
I'm Casey Fisher. I'm playing Saracen, a half-elf warlock. The character's inspired by Don't Blame Me, and his pronouns are he, him.
My name is Lindsay Allen. I am your dungeon master. Let's get into our game. So last time we met, you all made a deal with Captain Domino Goldblush, a dwarf, a sea captain who agreed to take you to Harkness on his ship as long as you asked around in Harkness about his missing wife, Angel. She has been missing for 7 years. You landed in Harkness, and Ricky had the sense that she knew basically where Holiday House was, which you know is where you're going. It's where all your clues have led you. It's where you think Rebecca Archer is. You're pretty sure you just head through this path for about 30 minutes and you can find it. So instead of doing that, you stalk some Diamond Sky soldiers into a tavern. Saracen attempts to suggest to them a course of action, which does not work.
No.
As they're eating their lunch. And so since that didn't work, you decide to head outside of the tavern and wait for them in the alley near the entrance to the restroom to try to trick them into taking off their uniforms, I believe was the plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Ants.
It just makes sense.
Ants. It didn't really work. They sussed out that it was an illusion that James had cast, and we ended with a fight about to break out. And so we'll start with everyone rolling initiative, please.
Whew.
16 for Ricky.
4 for Saracen.
Oh, that's good.
15 for James.
2 for Reading.
All right, so Ricky, you're going to go first.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I think I'm just going to rush in and smack one with the blunt end of my short sword.
Love it.
Okay.
15?
Just misses.
The 15 misses
Whoa.
this random?
I don't know. Try hitting better.
Random person. Okay.
He's not a random, he's a soldier. This is not a random person. You picked fights with trained soldiers. This is not a merchant or something.
Yeah.
Punch still has not been thrown. We could talk our way through.
Yeah, is there any version of a de-escalation?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
Who's
didn't
up
try
next?
that.
She just swung on him.
Well,
so.
It could have looked like anything.
But it was the blunt.
She was trying to clear the ants.
Yeah.
with her sword.
Yeah.
It was the blunt end. She wasn't trying to kill them.
No, it's all making sense. Any bonus actions or anything you want to do?
Nope.
All right. James?
James is going to use a cantrip for minor illusion.
Okay.
And I'm going to create a sound somewhere behind them of like glass breaking and someone yelling, "Help!"
Ooh, I like that.
All right. So it's my guard's turn, who did not enjoy having to scoot out of the way from Ricky's short sword. She is going to swing her scimitar at you.
Rude.
It's an 11.
Miss.
My other guard, she is also going to come for you because you were the one swinging at her buddy. 15?
Just hits.
Yay! So you take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then their boss is going to come in, survey the situation, and he's going to yell, "Okay, I need all civilians to stand down. I don't know what's happening here, but I don't like it." And his buddies are going to be like, "They attacked us." I think that's all he's going to do this round. He likes to warn people.
He's trying to de-escalate. I respect it. I've
Do
heard
you?
of this. I've heard of this.
I think Lauren respects it. I don't think Ricky would respect that at all.
He's like, "I can take him."
Saracen, it's your turn.
Well, Saracen would level-headedly like to point out, hey, did you hear the shattering glass? That sounded alarming, didn't it? I was trying to read the room here. I'm going to go help out because people could be dying. There's breaking glass, so let's go handle that, he says, while trying to read read the expression on the boss guy's face. Perception roll?
Yeah.
It's an 8.
He looks like a very no-nonsense soldier, which you would remember from your time chatting with them a little bit in the tavern, and he looks like he does not like shenanigans.
Let me ask something else.
Okay.
Is the far end of the alley, is that runawayable through there?
Is there an
Nope, that is blocked.
That's a dead end?
Oh, we're in a dead
That's a
end.
dead end.
Okay. Cool. What idiots.
We didn't want them to escape.
They fell right into our trap.
Right.
Saracen will cast Agonizing Blast.
Great.
Oh, no.
To help the situation. Let's
you aiming
hit
for?
the boss.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Hey.
That went better.
yeah.
Oh, great. Give me some max damage there.
That would
on
be a
shot.
13.
13. Do you have any bonus actions or anything you want to?
Nope.
Nope.
That's it.
Great. Reading. Your friends are fighting.
2 of your friends are fighting.
A big soldier guy just came down the alley and yelled at everyone to stand down.
Right, and then-
Saracen did not do that.
After
Not do
suggesting.
After making a nice speech about de-escalating, James attempted to distract them with some broken glass and people yelling for help.
And
but
there's been no reaction to that yet, right?
there's been no reaction to that. You almost get the sense that they are more focused on the fight in front of them than concerned about broken glass.
I don't know, because I could do the same cantrip and try to distract them again.
He's just hit in the face by a magic
He
bolt.
wasn't.
But let's check out the broken glass.
I mean, oh God, I don't want to fight anyone right now. I'm gonna do the same cantrip.
Nice.
There's another broken glass,
Nice.
and it's like, please help, stop fighting.
So wait.
The child of divorced parents over here.
So wait, the story of your minor illusion is that someone broke open a window to then yell at the guards to stop fighting
And to help.
and
They probably just dropped a glass, right? A mug by accident.
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Startled, even.
Startled because they saw us fighting.
Yes.
Seems realistic.
Yeah.
This is a peaceful time.
I buy it.
Sky.
All right. So that's you. We go back to the top. Ricky.
So Ricky is remembering in Akalari's teachings that happened in my sleep that I have new cantrips that I can do. So I think I want to do Booming Blade. So when I make a melee attack against one creature, the target suffers the weapon's attack normal effects and then becomes sheathed in booming energy until the start of my next turn. If they move 5 feet or more, they'll take D8 thunder damage. So essentially it's like nobody fucking move.
All right.
And I'm gonna go with the person I didn't hit before. I rolled an 11.
11 does miss.
Okay, so the way that this spell works, do I have to do it again next time?
Yes.
Okay. But I can because it's a cantrip.
You can because it's a cantrip, yeah. But it
So-
doesn't.
But maybe it intimidated a little bit that I like raised my short sword and there was a big boom, like a roll of thunder.
I think it only does that when you hit him.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Well, it
There's
says
not, like,
on a hit.
There's not like an intimidating effect of distant thunder when I lift it and then like a big booming one when they actually get hit.
You believe there is? There is.
I mean, it says you brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting, so maybe you had an extra flourish with your sword or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked really
Intimidating.
cool when I did it.
That's
and
the most important.
I assume it was intimidating.
I'm sure it was. So James,
What do I notice about the demeanor of the soldiers at this point?
you roll a perception or insight.
11.
They're very focused on all of you. Again, they're very stern. They're not enjoying whatever shenanigans these are. The bigger guy has kind of a, I've been doing this for a long time sense to him.
So I think because of James's general attitude and demeanor about being back here and how traumatizing it is for her, she does not want to escalate as much as possible. So I think she's going to step forward and very gently grab Ricky's elbow because that's who she's closest to and pull her back a step or two, being like, sorry, we all had too much to drink. We're just, blowing off a little steam. Got a little rambunctious. Sorry, we didn't mean to cause any trouble.
You want to roll a persuasion roll? on
Sure.
that?
17.
So you do that. Does that complete your turn?
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything else.
All right, so it's my guard's turn. They all go in a clump. So my two guards that are currently engaged with Ricky, you see the first one look back towards her boss where he's entered as if waiting for some sort of orders. And so he kind of shakes his head, and she keeps her scimitar up for the record and says, "What the hell are you guys doing? What is this?"
We've just been blowing off some steam. We had a bit too much to drink with lunch and got a little rambunctious back here. Didn't mean anything by it.
Ricky goes, because it kind of worked last time.
She kind of nods, does not drop her scimitar, but she won't attack this round. The next guard will be like, "We saw you guys in the tavern. It didn't look like you drank that much. It didn't even look like you had that much food, to be honest. And your buddy was over here harassing us."
It's called nipping from the flask, and Saracen holds up his goat horn and says, "Are you in line for the restroom? I really need to go." And he's going to start trying to make his way through as if we weren't just fighting against.
Still holding her scimitar and says, "Aren't you the one that blasted the boss in the face?"
No, it's the guy breaking the glasses.
Yeah. Did you hear the noise?
Did you not hear that?
Now I'm gonna need James and Saracen and Ricky to all roll me deception rolls.
Okay.
You're gonna go up against insight rolls from all three.
I don't think my deception's good anyway.
Ricky rolled a 7.
21 for Saracen.
9 for James.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do.
The only good liar is like, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
Well, the three of you attempt to lie while reading kind of angles away from all of you. And you see them say, "Okay." And they're still holding their scimitars, but their body language backs up a little bit. They physically do not back up without disengaging with you guys.
Okay.
And they say, "All right, go ahead and use the restroom."
Okay. And Saracen will head into the restroom.
Okay.
Can we also go in?
It's a oneer, so it's up to how weird you want to appear to these guards.
No, that's fine. He can do it by himself.
So he's in there, all three of them just waiting.
Oh my god.
James starts to whistle.
We gotta get out of here, guys.
What brings you to this bar? Ricky slurs. Like just pretending as hard as I can, like leaning into your lie.
Good.
Is there any other way out of this bathroom? No. Okay.
Is it like a porta potty?
No, it's like the gas station bathroom where it's like outside, you know, so you don't have to go in the store to use
No
it.
windows.
Yeah, there's no windows. Probably hasn't been cleaned in a few days. They ignore Ricky and her questions. They are, for all intents and purposes right now, on duty with you guys and their eyes on you guys. The boss probably is very definitely waiting for you to come out of the bathroom.
So he'll exit. Well, I guess we'll see what the fuck's going on out here. Has anything changed?
So you step out, and the guard, like boss, the big guy, has moved a little bit closer. He's like, "Weren't you the one that shot me in the face with something that looked like magic?"
And Saracen's just like wiping his hands. Is that powdered soap in there? Is that, that gritty powdered soap? Sorry, what were you saying?
Tell me what you did earlier that looked a lot like magic.
Could have been the soap. I don't know. I'm not sure. The glass sound? Is that what we're talking about?
No, when you hit me in the face with something.
I didn't hit anyone in the face with any. I was standing any points where he was standing. Did the glass get you? I've been worried about it ever since I heard the breaking noise.
Did you have drinks in there too?
Good one. Yeah, that's good.
The lady who you've missed now a couple times gives you a very derisive look, and it's like, "No, we can hold our alcohol."
Oh.
We can't.
That's less fun for you.
Yeah.
We're working. Answer the boss's question.
You're allowed to drink on the job now?
Hey.
This is more like back when you had to have ale as a drink because it was the safest thing to drink rather than water. So it's not like strong beer necessarily is what they ordered.
I'm telling you the truth that I walked by that window earlier. I heard the broken glass. Some of it hit me. I don't know. Maybe it hit you too. 21 again for the lie.
For deception?
Yeah.
Wow.
For the recurring broken window?
Yeah.
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 Nat 20.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
So the guard just kind of studies you, the big guy, and then he says, "Take the elf, the rest can go."
You're not taking anybody.
The two female guards move to grab you, Saracen.
As a bonus action before they get me, I have Misty Escape. How tall is this establishment? 'Cause he could go up too. He's gonna jump onto the roof.
I can't imagine it's more than 30 feet, so you can probably get to the roof easily. You do that, and they're heading for you. In a blink, you are gone, and they're like, there's magic users here. Stop all of them. One of you go get reinforcements.
And we go, whoa! Where did he go?
That's some good deception.
So you're all like, oh my god, that was crazy and nuts. One of the female guards sprints down the alley to go get reinforcements, like her boss said. The other one stations herself towards where the exit is to this little dead end in the alley. And the boss is looking at all of you and says, you're not going anywhere. We're going to bring you in for questioning.
We just met that guy. He bought us all those drinks. Do you think that he this whole thing was like a caper and he was gonna rob us or something?
Caper.
Man, I hope you catch that guy.
We're definitely going to try, but first we're going to have a lot of questions for you guys. We're going to have to bring you in.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything.
We literally just met him.
We saw you have an entire meal with him. And
Yeah, we met him out on the street. He invited us to this bar, bought us all these drinks. He seemed nice.
Do you say no to a free lunch? I don't say no to a free lunch.
Well, then none of you will mind answering questions at the guardhouse.
I'm telling you the answers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are we under arrest?
No.
Oh, okay.
Then I'm not going.
Oh, you're going to go.
No.
We don't do arrest here.
Then I'm not compelled to go with you. I know my rights.
Oh, okay. And he's going to swing on you.
Oh. Looks like we're fighting.
He gets 2 melee attacks.
Oh. 2.
Yeah. Y'all know how to pick them. That was an 8
Okay.
to hit. And that was also an 8. Wow. This one ran away.
Before that one runs away, Saracen wanted to Batman jump on that person's shoulders before they left the alley. Because his whole intention was to get that. That's why he's moving up onto the roof to get to the access point to where the public is and bottleneck that. So if he sees, the one female guard dashing outwards, he's going to dash in the same direction and leap down, assuming there's some sort of roll for that, to try to tackle.
Parkour.
But I'm going to say the roll for this looking awesome was a nat 20. However this ends.
Don't even have to roll for it. I just know.
I know what I'm about.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
So you're going to give me an athletics or acrobatics for jumping off of this roof to make sure you don't break an ankle when you land first. And then we'll do a grapple attack for him.
12 to not break an ankle.
I think you twinged it a little, but you're fine.
Okay. 17.
17 gets him.
Okay.
So you jumped, you twinged your ankle a little bit. You're probably going to feel that later. But you do have her grappled.
Let me throw in one other fun thing, which was when Saracen saw Ricky do Booming Blade or attempt it, that reminded him of something that he's had all along.
Okay.
Which is Genie's Wrath. Any successful hit whatsoever, on every turn, he should have been adding +2. Fire damage. Yeah. Doesn't matter what. He just remembered that. So that's cool.
Incredible.
Oh.
So this isn't considered a hit. It's considered a grapple.
Got it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Great to know.
For all of that,
Hilarious.
I think
Any successful hit.
Amazing.
we're going to go ahead and go back into initiative.
Okay.
And we'll pick up where we left off,
Yeah.
which means it's my guard's turn. She's over there, however, she is over blocking the exit from you guys, and she only has her summoned Har, so she's gonna yell at her boss and be like, what do you want me to do? And he's gonna say, hold the escape, wait for backup. So she's gonna stay there. Saracen, you currently have this person grappled. It is your turn. I'll let that be a surprise attack, what you did, because it happened while they were talking, so now it is your turn again. What would you like to do?
Saracen will quietly cast Eldritch Blast. Can he do that while holding the person?
If you need to use your hands for Eldritch, I'm going to say no, you can't do it
Without letting go.
without letting go.
He'll let go to attack.
I'll let go to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Nat 20.
Worth it.
You unfortunately roll a disadvantage because they're within 5 feet of you and it's a ranged attack.
Nat 20 again.
Nat 20.
Incredible.
That was crazy.
What's the max damage on that?
13.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
+2 this time with the extra
15.
fire damage.
All right.
Keep that D20.
I know.
That's a good.
So
That's crazy.
Nice.
So you have this female soldier grappled, and then you kind of shove her a little bit away, slam an Eldritch Blast in her face, and she is blown back by the force, falls down onto the ground, and she is dead.
Oh no!
And probably a little on fire, so Saracen will politely stamp out the fire.
Yeah.
Did you not pull your punch?
No, I don't think he did. Didn't think that would go so well.
Well, shit.
The spells are going well today.
Listen, Big Guard swung on me. We tried.
This is what they asked for.
Yeah.
You know what? We were minding our own business, just trying to take their clothes. And they escalated.
Yep.
We gave them every chance.
You know what?
Every chance.
This guard didn't seem happy in her job. She's better off dead.
That's right.
She was the errand runner. Come on.
Did we get around to asking for their clothes?
No.
No, you tried to
got
make
there.
them think there were ants in their clothes, and they would take off their clothes.
Yeah.
Maybe they would have given it to us.
But
Maybe.
no one asked.
No
No
one
one
asked.
just politely
No.
said, "Hey, can I borrow
We
your
tried-
clothes for a while?"
we tried
No.
ants, and then it's a punch to the face.
Yep.
It's true.
Yep. Sounds like us, honestly.
And now someone's dead.
Someone's dead.
One shot.
Does that complete your turn, Saracen?
Yes.
Okay. Well, reading. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I guess we got to fight.
Peek out from behind your hands.
So I'm like, here we go again. And I'm trying to think. The captain guy, his back is towards me, right? Is there any sort of advantage there that reading would have?
So if you move so that you're directly across from where Ricky is standing, you would have a flanking position and then be able to roll with advantage on your swings.
Yeah, let's do that. We're going to flank this guy.
Oh!
18 and a 20, so I will go with a 20.
Did you nat 20?
You
Yeah.
sure did.
And that 20 that.
So we've had 3 nat 20s this game. It's insane.
Nobody breathe.
Just trying to go to the bathroom.
guess
You don't fuck with people trying to go to the bathroom.
It's
true, it's true.
Cruel.
They were trying to go to the bathroom.
That's right.
what
That's right.
started
Yeah.
Well, we were here first.
We were
to ambush
waited their
them.
turn.
I know.
Minding our own business.
So, reading 20 means you get max damage on that attack. What would max damage with your swing of an axe be?
15.
Right. He's still up.
Oh.
Any bonus actions you want to do?
No, I think we're okay.
Okay. Ricky?
Nobody's attacked the guard in the middle, right?
Nobody has attacked the guard in the middle. I will say you are currently in flanking position with reading on the other side of this guy, which would give you advantage as well on your melee attacks.
Yeah, I should stick with that guy then.
Well, it's up to you.
No, I should. I think I want to do the booming thing again.
Okay.
Because I want to see it work.
Do it.
Yeah.
So, 16.
16 on the big guy.
Yeah.
Misses.
I cannot hit today. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on the big guy. Because now I'm annoyed that I haven't hit him.
Yeah.
So I need his luck to be roughly equal to mine. I place a curse on a creature I can see within range. Until the spell ends, I will deal 1d6 necrotic damage whenever I hit him. Also, I choose an ability, and he has disadvantage on ability checks with that.
Okay. So what ability would you like to give him disadvantage on?
If anyone's casting something and he has to do a save, what would that be a save on?
Dex.
We'll do Dex.
Okay, great.
But at this point, I think I just got real mad.
All right. James.
I'm going to take a step to my left. I'm going to cast Sword Burst. That is a Dex save on his part, or take 1d6 of force damage.
Does that hex give him disadvantage?
That would
on
give him disadvantage on it.
That was a good hex.
Yeah. That's why it's like it's
Yeah.
good to know what the casters,
Yeah.
like if you were still grappling or reading wood grappling, then it might be like strength hex or something to make it hard for them to break out of the grapple.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. That's a 9.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
So I do have 2-weapon fighting as far as bonus actions go. That doesn't mean that I can do a spell and then hit with something, right?
Not with your bonus action.
Okay.
Not like that. 2-weapon fighting means you swung with one hand and then used your bonus action, but you can't cast a spell and then swing.
Gotcha, because I think I only have one dagger, so I can't like hit twice with the dagger, right?
No, you need 2 daggers in each hand.
Funny, I'm missing a dagger.
Because
Interesting.
our remaining female guard, well, let's roll her perception to see if she heard Saracen attack her.
The scuffle.
Saracen did say quietly. Remember that?
I know, but you're still.
I know, killing
you're still
someone.
jumping. We'll make it 16 or higher. How about that? Okay. 17.
All right.
Oh, okay.
She glanced back at the subtle sounds of Saracen jumping from the roof,
Saw
twinging his
fucking
ankle,
ninja is what she saw.
and blasting her friend in the face. But she also sees her boss is under attack.
So glass doesn't register at all for them, but a slight scuffle.
Glass when they're in the middle of a fight. No.
Okay.
She's gonna go help her boss. So she's gonna be like, I'm coming to help. She's gonna flank Reading
Oh boy.
and swing her scimitar with advantage. Because she's flanking. It's 23 to hit. Oh god. For 2 damage.
Oh,
That was sad. She's like, I'm here to help. Plink.
just a scratch.
It's bad. And then
Damage. Okay.
let's see, the boss has now seen you, James, cast a spell. So he is bloody. He's not looking good. He yells to his counterpart. He's like, they're all magic users. Make sure to take them in. We got to take them down. And he's going to attack you, James.
Rude.
It feels like we're making assumptions about 2 of us here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Makes 2 attacks. 11?
Nope.
Oh, 16?
Yes, but let me see if this would help. Shield.
Is that...
That adds up +5 to my AC.
+5 in your AC. That moves you to 18.
Yep.
So that, all right, he's just about to hit you with his Morning Star at the second swing, and it just crashes right into the shield that you fling up.
Oh, weird.
That is his turn, Saracen. We're back to you.
He's going to dash back into the alley area. Or not dash, regular run.
Yeah.
And shoot the woman in the back of the head, as
Great.
you do.
Yeah. Murder more people. Why not?
23.
Oh my goodness.
That hits.
We're going to murder more people.
Poor soldiers.
12 force damage, then let's add a little fire damage, so +2, so 14 total.
Okay. So you run down this alley. You see your friends engage with the 2 remaining guards. You blast this agonizing blast to the back of her head, and she just immediately falls forward to the ground with force. Her head blown open, dead.
Wow.
Keep forgetting to pull punches.
Non-lethal, right?
Whoops.
Does that complete your turn?
Yeah.
Reading?
Oh.
The woman who had been attacking you is now on the ground.
On the ground.
Your friend Saracen is back from wherever he went.
Whoa, you're back.
And you still got the big guy in front of you.
It's like out of a horror movie. Just reappear through the cranium.
I know, right?
Exploded.
You're like
This
smoking
woman.
hole. You're close on the smoking hole of him.
Sam Raimi shot through the hole.
Yes.
Yes.
And he just goes, oh, pulling punches.
Well, I guess we gotta take this guy down. Yeah. I guess we'll do another great axe attack.
Okay. You
right.
get advantage because you're still flanking with Ricky. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Will hit him.
Yes. 9 damage.
What does it look like when you murder this guy?
Oh.
Oh, no.
I swing the great axe and it goes right through the back of his head, through his eyes.
Just brain split.
Just brain split.
You somehow leap up to hit the
Yes.
back of his head with your axe, and it lodges in there. You pull it out, and he just falls to his knees and then falls forward with a loud clanging thunk because he was wearing armor.
Nice.
And we are out of initiative. You have murdered 3 guards, everybody.
High five, everybody.
James is just looking at them. We probably could have asked them some questions.
Saracen will go grab the woman at the end of the alley, the dead woman, and drag her down here.
Probably a good
so
idea.
no
Yeah.
one notices.
Yeah.
Anything in these boxes or barrels? Can we stuff some bodies in them?
Give me an investigation check.
In the bathroom.
We should look in their pockets and...
Yeah, let's search.
Well, we got the uniforms,
18.
so success.
Yeah.
Still.
18 for investigation.
These are barrels and boxes that are no longer fit to like hold food for the tavern for holding. So they're a little run down.
Sure.
They got like some loose planks and stuff, but they're still probably solid enough to shove some dead bodies in.
Cool. So start dismantling their armor and clothes, I guess, and checking pockets.
Yeah, you can check some pockets.
Can I check the big guy's
Check some
pockets?
pockets.
Sure.
Just for funsies?
I mean, it would be helpful if they had some sort of clearance or
Exactly.
badge.
Right,
Yeah.
security
Yeah.
badge.
Ricky feels pretty gross about this. In my mind, part of why I missed was because this kind of psyched me out, fighting guards that were like in the uniform I used to wear, and like maybe don't know that they're evil, and then we just murdered them. So I think I'm feeling a little icky about the whole thing, but also practically looking for badges and clearances
Right.
that I know do exist
Right.
in some capacity.
Cool.
Okay.
For the first time since being back in Diamond Sky, James is feeling great.
We should kill more people. Someone roll me. You're searching their pockets and everything. Someone roll me a percentile. It's one person,
Who's
please.
got it?
Casey's got it.
54.
Someone else roll me 4d6.
4d6.
I
Do you want
can
to
do
do 2?
that.
I'll do 2?
Sure.
For fun.
I rolled a 3 and a 1.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Should have had you do all 4.
So you find 15 silver pieces all together in their pockets.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have badges. Their uniforms are very recognizable as being soldiers for Diamond Sky. You don't find any serious clearance or anything like that. It's like you get the sense that these are grunts who walk the street.
Even the boss, like no keys, no.
He's probably got a key that you can assume is for the guardhouse
We'll take that.
to get in. Yeah. All right, Reading, you haven't rolled anything yet. Roll me
Yeah.
a 20 and let's see how lucky you are at finding something in their pockets.
Can I guidance him?
No. Scout with luck.
10.
There's no journal. These aren't journaling people. These are just regular soldiers who like go about their day. One of the female guards had her schedule like written on a slip of paper for herself.
Okay.
Which was, 5 days a week, 12-hour shifts. It was a lot. There's no map because, again, these are kind of beat soldiers. Like, their feet on the ground. Like, they know this place inside and out, so they wouldn't need to carry a map.
Fair enough.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still looking for armor, right? We never
know,
got that
yeah.
from...
Big guy is wearing plate armor, which would be heavy armor. I don't think any of you are proficient in that. The 2 guards are wearing a chain shirt. It would be 13 plus your dex modifier. So it'd make your armor class 14.
So I can grab that?
Definitely.
Can we play dress up?
Yeah, like can we do our
Yeah.
actual plan and take their uniform?
Yeah.
You can take, like, they're not wearing, like, chain shirts directly against their skin. They're wearing, like, the light blue of Diamond Sky underneath that. So you can definitely take the
idea.
like, undershirts, whatever those are called, and put those on and pretend
Pants. Like
You can take their
shield, I assume, has the crest.
Right.
You can take their pants.
So we have 3. So who's wearing what?
There was 2 women and 1 guy.
Yeah.
And Reading is tiny.
Yeah. So you just
So
got
I'm
the
probably
chain.
not going to... And I've got the chain now.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah.
you guys should take the uniforms.
Well,
Okay.
here's the question. Can I still wear my hood with the uniform?
You can.
Would it be weird? Do I know whether that'd be weird?
It would probably be a little weird just because Diamond Sky soldiers don't, for the most part, hide that they're wearing a uniform because that gives them power in the places that they are in.
Right.
So they wouldn't necessarily cover that out. It's not particularly a cold day, just like a regular day.
Can you do the thing that people used to do with like the hoodie and then the clothes over it so you can still pull the hoodie up?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about? Remember
Yeah.
that look?
No, maybe I think
It's just her clook underneath
That's
all of her
bingo.
clothes.
Yes. That's exactly right.
I'm not going to say no to that.
no. I think if Reading won't fit one, I should put one on. But I think once we have a plan, once we get the lay of Holiday House, my face is recognizable here.
Yeah.
Like there were wanted posters with my face on it.
Yeah.
Everywhere, which maybe like I don't know if we think everyone in town might recognize it, but I feel like the big important people might.
Right.
So at that point, I need to do like disguise self or something so that I don't look like myself when we walk into this place. But it only lasts approximately somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour.
Right. There is actually, that's a good point. There is a chance that even though James doesn't remember, I would also be recognizable here.
Yeah.
In a not great way. They didn't have helmets on.
There's no helmets or face masks or anything.
You know, the ones that like come down over the nose?
Oh, yeah, love that.
Yeah.
It could totally go over my horns.
Totally.
Even if there were, you blew holes in two people's faces and axed another one in the back of their head.
We did do that.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean you. You did do that.
Yeah. I didn't do that.
I missed every shot.
Yeah.
Let's go look from a distance, scope out the lay of the land, and come up with a plan.
Cool.
Yeah.
And just also to say, we did jam the bodies into some barrels.
Yep. Okay. Barrels, some boxes, put like an extra box on top.
Someone roll me a deception check to see how good you are at hiding the fact that there are bodies in here.
That would be a 10.
Okay. You think you've done a great job.
It's just like a foot sticking out.
There's some hair.
Bloody.
Can we put our real clothes in your bag of holding?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I'm going to put my cloak over it for now and keep the hood up.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, you're all headed out to Holiday House.
Holiday House.
Everyone give me a self check. Those of you wearing the Diamond Sky shirts can do it with advantage.
I don't have any.
You don't have any reading. Sorry. You're small.
Reading has an 18.
Not 20
Not
for
20.
James.
You guys are
17 for Ricky.
17.
22 for
22. You guys leave this alley and no one gives you a single glance. They are hustling about their day. You do not even register to any of them, so you very easily make it out of town. You're heading kind of up a bit of a wagon path towards what you believe to be Holiday House. Ricky, go ahead and give me a nature check just to make sure you don't get horrifically lost. It'll be easy.
7?
You made it. You're fine.
Can I throw one thing in here as we're not getting horrifically lost? Is there a grove that is hidden in trees that we could take a short rest for an hour?
I would support this.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I would like that too.
We'll say you get a little bit of out of town. You can spot some trees. This isn't a very well-traveled.
And then with short rest, we can heal.
Short rest, you can roll hit dice.
Yeah.
If need be.
I think I would like to do that.
Excellent. Reset anything that you use that resets on a short rest. You all wake up from your little rest or from whatever you were doing, meditating, just chilling, scrolling TikTok. I assume you get back on the little path.
Yeah.
So you go back onto this not very well-used path. Ricky is leading you. She's doing a solid job-ish with a 7. This road you're following, it takes you up a hill from where the ocean was, where you landed, and you keep going up and up because this area, while a sea town, you know it's also a lot of cliffs around the sea. So you are like going up. It's sharp edges and it's green grass, and it's not until you crest what you thought was the top. It's not. You still got some more up,
boy.
and you finally see a house come into view. As you approach, noting an older architecture of Diamond Sky, if you will, something more along the lines of what we would call Victorian. You know, it's dark and shadowed even in the light of the afternoon, getting into late afternoon, and it's an ominous enough feeling that it gives you pause. This is Holiday House.
From the Eras tour.
Yeah.
The Who's Afraid of Little Old Me haunted house.
I'm obsessed.
I love.
The background from the Eras tour.
I love it.
Very clever.
I love it.
Thank you. What do you want to do?
Can we get a sense of entrances and exits?
Roll perception for me? Anyone can roll.
Can we do it together for combined
one.
magic?
James, you can give guidance
Yes.
too.
That gives it a 15.
Ricky, you're surveying the house. You guys aren't very close because you are keeping a distance, but you do notice like there doesn't seem to be like a wall or a fence around the property. If you're spying on it a little bit more, if you're moving to kind of get a whole 360 sense of this place, the west side appears to have some sort of meticulous garden. There is a door to the north that looks like a back door. There's a door to the south, which seems to be the front door. And there is a boarded up door to the east. And that is what you would see.
There's a boarded up door?
To the east.
Interesting.
Does anybody have detect magic?
I do.
Could be helpful to just see.
So Akalari says I needed it. You have to be within 30 feet. It doesn't seem to see through walls.
Okay, yeah.
So, from a distance, Lindsay, if we wanted to detect magic, would I be able to see something that goes all the way around the house if I can detect magic within 30 feet?
You would have to walk around the house in the 10 minutes that spell is up.
Got it. If that seems useful, we can do that.
I will say there's not a lot of trees around the house. It is kind of open in there. Again, there's no wall, there's no fence, not a lot of trees. It's just there.
Maybe we just survey it first and then if we need it, but
Yeah.
because if it is a spell slot, maybe not go directly for it.
Yeah.
Saracens could summon Makalari. Find familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Michael, all right.
Can we walk the perimeter of the tree line around the house?
You sure can.
Smart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
smart. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone can roll me a perception. I will say it's with disadvantage because you're so far away.
Okay.
21.
Hey!
Yeah, with disadvantage.
23 with disadvantage.
20.
8 with disadvantage.
Okay.
5 with disadvantage.
Me and Blue Fury over here.
Looking at the flowers.
Yeah.
Switch.
All right. So you're slowly moving around the tree line. Your eyes are locked onto this house, trying to see whatever you can. Reading and James, I think you're probably just overcome a little bit with being here. You're not sure what to do. Reading, I think you're really enjoying your new armor, I guess.
Rubbing it.
So,
Enjoying my
Saracen, a 21, you notice there doesn't seem to be guards necessarily, but you do kind of see a glint of metal around the northern door, the back door, and the front door. There's weird gleams of metal on each side of the door. And then Ricky, with your 23, you not only see that, but you also notice like the tiniest of gleams at the back, like boarded up door. But they're even smaller than what Saracen has kind of pointed out to you. They're almost in the grass.
Would I recognize what those might be as a Diamond Sky soldier?
Roll me a history check.
6.
You don't know what that is.
That's new.
Shiny.
Can I get a sense if there are any of my favored enemy around, which is a thing I get advantage on survival checks trying to track them?
And roll me a survival check with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9. So much for switching my dice. It seemed like my luck was turning around. Not so much.
I will say with like a gleam of metal outside of a door, it's probably a pretty good bet that something's going on here, especially for a high, as far as you know, a place that's holding a VIP prisoner. Seems odd not to have guards outside the door.
Do any of us know what magic blockers look like? Like if they would be a metal thing around a threshold, like if that would be a magic blocker. Has any of us dealt with that before?
There is a spell that I believe would do that. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. You can roll an Arcana check. I'm probably going to say with disadvantage because that's pretty high level magic from what I remember.
15.
15. You know there's something that can do that for sure.
Doesn't know what it looks like though.
You wouldn't know what does the absence of something look like, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and we suspect that Diamond Sky had been using them. We had heard that there were rumors that they were like suppressing magic in Diamond Sky.
Right.
And that's why magic was weaker there and why its citizens maybe don't experience magic in the same way.
You had definitely heard rumors of that and had come to suspect that for sure. So yeah.
Well, we're dressed like Diamond Sky guards. Mm-hmm. We could just go in, or we could sneak in. I mean, it seems like we're not gonna.
No,
I don't know.
it's gonna be really funny if we saved all our spell slots and then magic doesn't work in there.
Right, right. I do have a mage hand, which maybe I could send over it, and like if it disappears or something, it could give us a hint.
Yeah.
I do have to get closer.
Can I cast Disguise Self as the boss guard that we saw, that
Nice.
we killed?
Let me throw one other thing out there.
Yeah.
They could also be magic alarms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't want to test magic right nearby just to see if it's a blocker, if it's in fact an alarm.
For sure. I just don't want to walk up out of the tree line without being in a disguise. Like, even if it's going to maybe, it might trigger an alarm, but it also so might my face.
All right.
Fair. We might
Or-
just need to get closer and see.
But if they're alarms, we won't know until they go off. And that means we are using magic.
You're thinking that
I
they
think
don't
we just
have
go in as without using any
think
magic
so.
in our
Yeah.
uniforms.
I disagree. I think we mage hand see if the alarm goes off. Because if we mage hand and the alarm goes off, then we know
Then
we
you know
can't
for
use
sure.
magic. And we have to find a
That
different
is
way.
true.
What does
But
Mage
if we
Hand look like? People not.
So yeah, it's a
Okay.
spectral floating hand appears
Sweet.
at a point I choose within range. The hand lasts for the duration or until I dismiss it. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from me. You guys should be lookout. Maybe fan out a little bit in the trees. Well, James will get her cloak out and put it on, hood up and all.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's like I'm cosplaying Ricky.
You look so good.
Thanks. So she's going to skulk as well as she can and then take a deep breath and stride toward Holiday House
By yourself?
by myself.
Where are you approaching?
I'm gonna walk toward the back door.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not whistling, but she thinks about whistling for a second. And then she stops herself.
She's so good at undercover.
She's so good at undercover. Don't worry that her hands are shaking a little bit. It's fine. She's walking toward Holiday House. She pauses and starts to like check her pockets, like she forgot something, and cast Mage Hand.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check
dokie.
before you cast Mage Hand.
13, not natural.
Okay. So you're approaching, and not whistling.
Nope.
And when you get closer, you're seeing more of what Saracen had pointed out to you, which you had already kind of seen the glint, but as you approach, you realize that outside of this back door, on each side of the door are actually what look to be two bronze statues
Okay.
of cobras
Oh.
coiled up.
What do you know about Rep?
I roll to ask them when Rep TV is dropping.
Yeah.
So that is what you see.
James is casting Mage Hand, and it's just gonna walk.
It's like the thing
Oh,
from
like
the Addams
thing.
Family.
It's gonna walk right, just try and stroll right on in between the two cobras. See what happens.
As the Mage Hand walks itself 25 feet towards the door, it gets closer, and both of the cobra that you see start to unwind and rise facing the hand, and then they stay there.
Do the cobras allow the Mage Hand to walk up to them?
Yeah.
And they just rise? They don't...
They rise and like uncoil, and now they're kind of standing there like cobras do in all the fun cartoons with their hoods out.
Like Karen.
Maybe like Karen.
Like Karen.
Can we see this from back there?
100 feet. Roll perception.
Nat 13,
Oh no!
which is a 17 perception.
Cool.
Oh no. I rolled a 19.
Oh, so
Nice.
17, 19, Saracen.
It was a 7 total.
Ricky, you and Reading both see the metal glinting and start to rise. You can't see the Mage Hand from that far away because it's pretty small
Yeah,
and it's on
yeah,
the ground.
We see the metal start to rise.
You would see the metal start to rise.
Would that ring any bells for me in this case, now that it's like rising from the ground?
I would say you would be like, well, that's clearly a construct.
Yeah.
And now roll me a percentile dice, please.
Oh.
Let's have some fun.
Sure.
Let's get real.
40 even.
Oh, this is annoying. You regain 2d10 of hit points.
I'm already at max. I got
I
max
know.
back.
So, James, what do you do?
Do the constructs then allow the Mage Hand to walk through them?
If it
Yeah.
approaches, the closer it comes, the higher they rise.
Okay.
And you see their eyes, like, even if it tries to get to the door, their eyes kind of start blinking a little bit.
Okay.
As if they're...
I'm letting it go a little bit just to see it, and then I'm just going to dismiss it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they do when you dismiss it?
When you dismiss it, it's probably a solid tense 5 seconds, I think. And then the cobras coil back down.
She's just gonna, again, pat her pockets and be like, oh, man, and turn back and walk back to the tree line.
Confidently.
Confidently. Just, I can't believe I forgot my...
Gotta get my car keys.
Do you guys see how confidently she's walking? I admire that. Does she make it back?
Yeah.
Great.
So constructs.
So constructs. Definitely a warning system, but maybe not an alarm.
So we just go in through a window or the chimney.
Yeah, I
or
think we have to
something like
find an
that.
alternate route.
I think
for
so.
sure.
I mean,
Right.
I don't know. The thing is, it's like I guess we could all walk up toward the door, not using any magic.
Yeah.
See if the snakes rise. If they don't, we could just walk in. If they do, we have plan B, which is through a window, right?
window.
Check the windows.
Yeah. It's a little tricky, but we should try it. Right now, the only person not disguised is reading.
Yeah.
But I wonder if we had a way to switch clothes, if that should be me. Because then you could be like, found enemy number 1 of Diamond Sky.
Like that.
As opposed to
Yeah.
enemy number 1 of Diamond Sky's weirdly wearing guard clothes again.
I mean, James already looks like she was in a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Saracen rips his clothes and then we tear the shit out of Reading's clothes so that it almost looks like they fit, the tatters that are left look like they would have fit this person.
Yeah.
And then
With
we've
Ricky.
got
And
Ricky,
Ricky.
quote, tied up.
Yep.
Do we want to try that?
Let's do
I
that.
like that.
With
Yeah,
a
so
little
just
magic.
very loosely wrapped rope around your
And
wrist.
maybe I keep the weapons on.
What are your weapons? Remind me. Sorry.
Sword, bow, daggers.
Surely guards didn't
Yeah.
disarm
Dagger,
those.
Yeah.
for sure.
Listen, we're going to be right next to you. I think you can hold a dagger in your hand. I think if we're letting you walk in with a sword, that's going to look insane. You're a magic user now anyway.
Exactly.
We can't use that.
No,
I
once
need you
it's
all.
inside.
All right,
once
hold
it
on.
falls apart.
Yeah.
This is just to get close.
Wow, the confidence.
How far do you think we're getting? I'm just trying to get us inside.
I just
Yeah.
feel like I need you all, when we get there,
Yeah.
to think like I thought when you first met me and be like, I don't even know what magic is.
You were shooting arrows into camps.
Yeah.
Remember and screaming at Maxim? Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, but I didn't
Yeah.
know it
You
was
were out
magic.
of control. You were out of control.
So far, we've been like, we're not going to use magic, and then we have suggested 2 spells in 5 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Erase those from your mind
Yeah.
for like 10
Right.
minutes.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about magic.
Yes.
Nothing about magic. Okay.
You are guards, which means they have told you nothing. You've read 8 books.
Right.
Like, honestly.
books?
All the
All the
books.
books.
You've read all the books. You don't know anything.
right.
So, like, if someone says a magic thing, you're like, huh? What? What's
Right.
that? Pretend you're me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play down.
Just not crazy. The sane, not shooting arrow versions.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our gambit.
I think
Do it.
Here we go.
Okay, so you change some of your clothes.
Rip 'em up a
Ricky
little.
takes off the tunic she's wearing, gives it to Reading. The rest of you look like beat up Diamond Sky guards who have managed to capture enemy number 1.
Yep.
Ricky, Shay.
I think we probably could, as we're preparing, have maybe your dagger like tucked in somewhere for you. Like
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
but maybe if you want to place on us your bow, if you want to give me your short swords or whatever, reading like
confiscated
another
these
thing.
things.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
confiscated, but it's like spread them out amongst us just in case.
Yeah.
You can throw your bow. You can
Right.
so that there's more opportunities to get them back to you. Either we throw them or you snatch them from us.
I think that's a good idea. You only have 1 dagger.
Correct.
Are you able to use short sword?
I don't think so. I used to have 2 daggers, but I don't know what happened to the other one.
I have 2 daggers. Someone want a dagger? These things don't do shit.
I love a dagger.
Sure, you got it.
Hey!
How do you approach, and are you approaching the same door?
Front door, I assume you
Front
would want.
door, yeah. Yeah.
Go to the front
probably
door?
Smart.
Well,
Yeah.
does Ricky have an idea of protocol? I assume I would.
Yeah, just transporting prisoner protocol.
It does seem like a thing I would know.
Right.
Yeah, it would be more. You would know more in general. You've never actually been to Holiday
Right.
House itself, but you know when you've taken them to holding and prisons and things like that, there was a main entrance and you just walked them through there.
Yeah. I feel like it would be weird to bring a prisoner to the back door of any
Yeah.
of the places I had ever brought
Right.
them.
Fair, yeah.
So,
Yeah, it'd be weird sneaking in.
I probably have my crossbow aimed at you.
yeah. I think you guys should try to sell the story, because there's a world where they're like, great, and then you're just handing me over. I think you got to try to sell the story that you are personally to escort me
Yeah.
somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah. She almost escaped 3 times.
Yeah.
Like
We're not
now we know her
letting her-
tricks.
letting
Yeah.
her out of her sight.
Yeah.
Great.
So you guys head towards the front door.
Yeah.
Head right on toward the front door.
So you're in the back.
And then I'm going to just cast like a little rainbow just so we look
What do
cool.
you
So you guys circle around the house, I assume in the trees, and then you start marching towards that front door.
Front door.
Again, there's these two metal cobra statues coiled up on either side of it. And as you approach closer and closer, they both rise. How close do you guys get?
I think we approach slowly, but
Yeah, I'm stopping if they're rising. They're cobras. This is like their innate warning system.
Do we have magic items? You do, and I do.
Yeah. Well, but we can blame it on you. Why don't we just
Right.
call out to have someone open the door for us?
Right. If it's about detecting if we think that's what it is, my necklace, I assume, is magic. Oh, we actually don't know.
You don't know.
It's safe to assume that if we're playing the role of guards and we caught you, you're magical. So and we don't know the rules of this house or why cobras rise, but it's freaking me out as I roleplay a guard.
But just to be clear, your horn is magical.
Probably. Yes. Yeah.
But also you as a tiefling are magical.
You're considered of a magical race. That doesn't mean that you would necessarily glow when someone casts detect magic if you hadn't just cast a spell or anything like that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Let's stop. Let's just call out and say, none of us guards have been here. I'm in role playing. I very quietly say, right? Like, I think we should. I don't know what those things do. I've never been sent up here before. Either of you two know?
No.
Let's get their help from inside, right?
Hello.
Hail and well met. Harkness house? No, it's
how
not.
far
Oh,
away are
yes.
you when you yell this?
Well, if we've approached enough that
they're rising,
they're
then
rising,
you're at
but
least-
stopped.
Okay.
So we're what?
15 feet away.
15?
Yeah.
All right, so they're rising. You all stop because you're like, what's happening? Plus, you're role-playing guards who are like, what's happening? So you're 15 feet away, and you hear very soft, password.
Well, I don't know the password.
Can I roll? Like, is there a world where I know the password, or where it was in the notebook with the code?
You can roll a history check.
Non-natural 13.
You definitely know it.
It's on the tip of your tongue.
In fact, all of you know it. I'll tell you that.
The poet?
Do you say that out loud?
Maybe. Sure, why not?
Nothing happens.
Okay. Is this like you have 5 chances?
How many chances do we get?
Is this like the Apple password?
What did Rebecca Archer say to us in the vision? Is there anything in there that anyone wrote down?
Insane.
I definitely didn't write anything down.
Nothing important.
Just come out, save
Just
me.
like, come save me.
But there was the last vision that
Yeah.
gave us Holiday House, and
Yeah.
She saw us and said marvelous.
try that.
Try it.
Marvelous.
You say marvelous. And the two cobras go marvelous and sink back down into their
I did not think that was going to work.
and you hear a click as the door opens, and that is where we can end our session.
You wrote that down.
Hell yes.
That's why it's important to take notes, kids.
Yep.
That is crazy. Thanks for listening. All of the podcasts you've loved before make you the one we've fallen for.
Did they write
Rebecca
down how
Archer.
to beat the bad guy and carry
Left,
it around?
down, up, right.
Cheat codes.
Enter.